The second step to prototyping is, if we go back up to our original list that we did, we just done the first one. The second one, we've decided now that we like this idea of a new DVD type business. Let's go out and map in a bit more detail on a canvas how our business model might play out. Now let's bear in mind here, we're going to map out one type of business model. This exercise could be repeated for many types of different ideas, business models around this business. So our first, the first one, I don't know why I started with number 2 here, but the first one is kind of DVD rentals, taking the Netflix example. The next business model we could prototype may be kind of online streaming of movies, which Netflix moved into. And the next prototype we could look at could be creating original content. So Netflix now are actually getting into producing their own TV shows. So they've gone from DVD rentals into creating their own shows. And for example, Netflix just paid Paramount $1 billion for the rights to a new political saga called The House of Cards. So unlike Blockbuster, that kind of stayed trapped down an alley of just renting videos, what Netflix did was said, okay, we're not just in the DVD rental business, we're in all of these different business models, and we're going to keep experimenting and prototyping these different business models, and this is going to allow us to grow and exploit technology in the market as it changes. But anyway, let's kind of zoom back in here, and let's, as a second step of our prototyping, let's see what a business canvas would look like. So here was the basic canvas we used for our back of the napkin example, and we're going to take that one step further now. So let's sketch out our business model in terms of its different segments. So again, if you forget what these are, you can always go back and take a look at one of the earlier videos that went through this. But we're not going to go through every part of this canvas with this example, but we can go through the key ones. So we've got customers up there, we had revenues, costs, partners, we had our value proposition here, which we explored a bit more a minute ago, and then we've got our activities over here. So let's have a look at this then. So from the point of view of our Netflix example, remember we were talking about, we had subscription revenues here, and these were like $10 per month. So what market here? This is a time to really ascertain what the core market opportunity is from a customer point of view. So we're everyone who watches TV and has a PC. So I'd consider that mass market. Primarily, you could also say has broadband, but not completely necessary. And if you wanted to segment, that to a greater level, it's people who currently rent movies, but it could also be people who don't currently rent movies but would like a more convenient way to rent movies. So our value proposition here was convenient, convenient way to rent movies. We had no late fees, and it was do it online. Our cost part to our model. Okay, so what costs are associated with running this type of business? We have to pay royalties for renting the DVDs. So these go to the IP holders, the studios, etc. We also have the platform costs of developing the ability to order these videos online. We have a distribution element to this. So all of these videos, if we're going to be offering 100,000 videos, 100,000 DVD library, we need to be able to get that to the end customers. That's another cost. Now, partnerships, a key part to this business model as well, could be, and this is actually what happened with Netflix, was to really watch movies, through any device. So basically, I can now access movies through anything. So what Netflix ended up doing was saying, hey, if you own a PlayStation or an Xbox, you own a Nintendo, why can't you watch a movie through this? So therefore they added this to the customer segment, anyone who owns one of these game consoles. Now the partnership they need to be able to do with that, they needed to be able to establish a partnership with the hardware manufacturers, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. They also need partnerships to fulfill the DVD studios part to their business. So you see what we've got here. We're building up how our business is going to run. We know we've got to get relationships with studios. We know we've got to then go and work with hardware manufacturers. We know the basis of our cost structure. We know the basis here of our revenue model, and our distribution in here is going to be through the mail, and it's going to be online through streaming and downloading videos. So I'm kind of adding value propositions here. So you can also watch your movies at any time here. So any device, any time. It's convenient, no late fees, and so on. So here we're building up the business case for a prototype that we can then go out and kind of drill down from a revenue point of view a bit more. So at this stage, now I'm going to leave our prototype here. And the next thing we'd want to go out and do is do some basic fact checking on this. Sounds a great business. If we can go out and let's assume we can get 1 million customers times $10 a month, that's $10 million per month in revenue. It's a pretty good business. It's a $100 million revenue business a year. So